Hey folks, walk with me. Well, it is cold and windy and icy, and we're here. We'll put this new microphone to the test, see if it's doing its job in the wind here. Hopefully. So a question came in that was like, in response to a lot of the mindfulness videos that have been put out on this playlist. And the question was, what do I do with my constant want for quick dopamine hits? They specifically called out TikTok. Right? They're saying, I'm trying to be mindful, but I'm noticing this need that I have, this impulse that I have constantly for quick hits of dopamine. And I want to be mindful, and I want to not be sort of, beholden to those impulses. What do I do? How do I stay mindful when that's my situation? I'm sure a lot of people struggle with this. My first instinct is to say, you are being mindful of it. You noticing that you are craving these things, and then further noticing your desire to not want them to be present or be present as much, that is the mindfulness of it. So I think the first thing would be give yourself some credit, and just realize that you are being mindful, and you're being as mindful as you can, right? And the way that you can do it, to begin with, is to notice the things that you feel take you away from things you'd rather be doing, ways that you would prefer to be, and this is that. So I think your next step, probably, which won't be easy, is the discomfort. This is actually the crux of the problem. So mindfulness begins at noticing. You're noticing, but it continues and it persists when you decide to stay with it. In other words, you're noticing, I have this itch and I want to scratch it. It's uncomfortable if I don't. The question becomes, can you find it tolerable to be uncomfortable? Can you find a way to start being more comfortable with your discomfort? And maybe that is a 30-second proposition for you now. And maybe if you do your best and you fulfill those 30 seconds of discomfort, then the next time it comes up, maybe you have 42 seconds of tolerability for your discomfort. But I think that is your goal. You don't have to literally, windy. You don't have to literally time yourself. You can if you want. It starts to feel a bit Pavlovian, but I think having a general sense around my next step is staying, right? The dopamine hits, the need to scroll, the need to pick up your phone, the need to be constantly entertained is a distraction device, right? It's the same distraction device as people who drink too much, or maybe just drink, maybe even if it's not too much, they just drink to quickly bounce themselves out of whatever they're in, or they shop too much, or they watch too much Netflix, whatever it is. I'm not saying that there's, I'm not trying to condemn anyone or criticize them or make them feel ashamed. That's not the point. The point is, if you want to stay, you need to start trying to stay and not just let it stop at, oh, I did mindfulness because I noticed that I wanted to start scrolling TikTok. If you want more out of it, get into the discomfort. Give it a warm home. Invite it in. Befriend it. Cradle it in kindness and appreciation. Whatever of those sort of metaphors resonates with you, but something of that nature. Invite it in, sit with it, give it a room to stay in your inner house. And you have to grow your comfort with the discomfort. I don't have another way to say it than that. All right, folks. Well, if you walked with me or if you watched this far, I certainly appreciate it. I didn't fall. And as always, I will see you in the next video.